104.7 The Cave, Mike the Intern, and the talent, Jay Stevens, in the studio this morning. It is Dark Side of the Stream, episode 76, man.
Oh, good.
We've done this 76 times.
Well, this is good because this is where I excel in today's episode. A lot of times, Mike will have the police knowledge and court proceedings. He'll know a lot about this.
He's a CSI guy.
But when it comes to juggling lots of women and at one time, this is where I shine. This is my forte.
It's so funny because, like I told him before he started this, I said, Jay, literally the whole time I'm watching this damn thing, I'm going, I just want to ask Jay about this. I always want to ask Jay about that. That's all it becomes. It's like, I can't wait to tell Jay about this.
It is Dark Side of the Stream.
We watch movies
documentaries
so you don't have to. It is the subject of our 76th episode, The Tinder Swindler.
The Tinder Swindler.
Which is a great documentary about a guy from Israel. He actually was here in the States for a while. Named his fake name was Simon Levev.
Yeah. Claimed he was a son of a diamond
a Russian Israel diamond mogul.
And, dude, you would have fallen for his scam. I would have fallen for his scam.
Honestly, he covered his
bases. It was a tight hustle, bro.
He covered his bases.
If you meet a dude and say, not even saying from the girl perspective, if I meet a dude and he's got private jet, bro, let's fly to Rome and party this weekend, and takes me, sponsors the whole party, this dude is legit.
What did we say last time?
This dude's legit.
Trust but verify, right?
So then if that dude hits me up the following week later or something, hey, man, I need $1,000, my target frozen. Oh, hell yeah, I've got $1,000 for you because, dude, I know you're good for it.
Man,
this was...
It's a tale as old as time itself because...
The scammer, the classic hustler.
It's so funny, though, because before I'm going to do a whole segment about dating apps, so we're not getting there yet. But... this is obviously surrounded around the whole idea of dating apps and Tinder and how this guy got contact with these women, was using that as his medium. It's not too hard to paint a picture online of who you could possibly be.
Yeah, you can post some pictures of you sitting on a private jet.
And that literally is what
you can stage all that in one day.
He went way further, and again, he covered all of his bases. Now,
He was smooth. He was
so smooth. The point of this is, and I go back to this all the time, Unsolved Mysteries. I know those episodes front to back, and there were several of these. It's kind of the same thing, but it was always like these older gentleman guys, right? That dudes were like in their late 50s, early 60s that would find these widower ladies, at social clubs or like dance nights that they would used to do. And he was like, there were several of these guys going around. Now, it's so funny that now we're into this part of our history and it's going through Tinder, but this stuff has been happening for a long time. I just want to know how this stuff happened like in the 30s and 40s.
Snake oil guy, man. Snake oil salesman.
It's a snake oil guy. All right, well, today on Dark Side of the Stream, we're discussing the Tinder Swindler. And next,
Tinder Swindler.
Tinder.
It's hard to say it.
Tinder Swindler.
Oh, there you go. Gangster style.
We're going to talk about dating apps next. Dark Side of the Stream on 104.7 The Cave. 104.7 The Cave, Mike the Intern, Jay Stevens. It is Dark Side of the Stream, episode 76, The Tinder Swindler.
Tinder Swindler, gosh.
So, dating apps. I am very, very lucky in the sense that I met my wife right before all that stuff started. Like, dating apps for me was a DM on MySpace or maybe a message on like Facebook Messenger, like right at the beginning, and that was, I never had a Tinder account. I never had a Grindr account. I never had any
it's
kind
not
of
too late to make a Grindr
Cupid,
Farmers only, Christian Mingle.
Never had any of that stuff. I didn't have to because my wife. We weren't obviously married immediately, but like we were together for 10 years and got married, all that stuff. So anyway, I never got to experience that at all. Did you ever get to do?
No, because I sing in a rock band. That's my app.
That's his dating app.
That's my dating app.
See me at Southbound
that's 100%. That's my dating
right
app.
If you want to go.
They come. They don't need to swipe. They've come. They've seen it. If they're interested, they stick around and linger.
I guess that's the plus of being in a band.
Plus of being in a band. Like, it's no joke. Being the singer in this band and in a very provocative sexual band, you attract that type of crowd.
But very provocative sexual
I will,
front man.
The day after shows, my inbox will get some messages and some pictures sometimes, of, do you like what you see? Yeah,
We're playing Southbound on Friday. Come see me.
Hey, I'm glad you had a great time. Show, come back again this week.
Please come see us
And a new fan is born. And, and you give them. I was told by another girl who we won't mention any names because she works in this building.
Uh-oh.
She said that I'm a crumbler. And I said, what's a crumbler? She goes, you give the girls just enough crumbs so they keep coming back.
Oh,
just enough crumbs.
That's
just
a
enough
really
crumbs.
good term.
I'm a crumber or something like that. I used to say,
crumbler.
she's young, so she's got these hip new terms. Yeah, I'm a crumber. I give all the girls just enough crumbs so they all just keep coming back.
That's so funny, dude. Oh my God, that's so funny. The
Mr. Crummy, Mr. Crummy.
I just fall on the trail, not to grandma's house.
I really would love to, this. I was also in a long relationship when all this stuff came about. Now that I'm not in a long relationship, I thought, man, I would like to almost make a Tinder account
just to see what happens.
Just to see what would happen. But I've been told by several close, confident women, they're like, no, it would just blow up 24/7. You don't need that. I don't need those kind of problems.
I honestly,
99 problems, but getting girls is not one.
Well, again, I personally, I'm a very
Let's
boring,
make you one. Let's make an account today.
God, no, I'm not doing that.
Just for fun.
No
Tell Chris that it's only for a social experiment.
Fly.
A Grinder account. That'd be just guys. Just guys.
I don't need that either. And again, if I've been hit on plenty by men before too, it's not an issue. And that doesn't bother me. It is what it is. But at the same time, I'm a very monogamous person. And
what does that mean?
I mean, like I when I fall in love, I fall in love, and we work together. And you are my partner.
I'm your life partner. I'm your work partner.
I'm trying to seek in a proposition to Jay right now, but he didn't even know it.
We learned that people could watch for $5. We learned last week.
I'm talking about a lifetime commitment, Jay.
No, yeah, well, that's a lot of $5.
That's a lot of that's a lot of $5. So anyway,
this guy had a good hustle. Woos women with flowers, private jets, champagne, parties. Unlimited bankroll, flies them around the world. These girls fall in love. Oh my gosh, I'm in love.
He was I hate to use the term salesman, but he was selling himself, and he did such a good job of it.
Amazing job.
That's all he was doing. He was selling the idea that what he was something that he was absolutely not. And what's crazy about this dude is that he actually, this stuff started young. Like, I guess he's from Israel. And then when he was 15, he had family friends that were in the U.S. They actually later on accused him of misusing his credit card when he was 15.
Yeah, he
was doing check fraud when he was a teenager. And then eventually he pretended to be, he changed his surname to pretend like he was related to the King of Diamonds from Israel.
And photoshopped himself in the pictures and stuff, and it was a legit scam. And then he would meet these girls. The first girl you see him meet, and he's so sweet. The messages. I was watching it with the girlfriend, and she's like, "I love this. Oh, it's so sweet, so sweet." Then you see him start doing it to another girl, and her face started to change. And I said, "Wait a minute, he was just so sweet a second ago. Now that he's doing it to another girl, he's not sweet anymore." And then when it started to get scammed, it was the scowless look across the couch.
It's like
evil. I want to kill this guy.
It's you again. I never want to make someone feel bad, but like most of these girls that he got over, they all had a lot of money.
Well, but how do you know they have the money, though? He's guessing.
But it's just
they're taking out loans, though. They didn't have the money. They were taking out loans.
When you're but they also, when you're a salesperson,
you just know the target.
You have a thing inside of you where if you're trying to sell something that if it's a big dollar, you wouldn't look at someone and say, well, you don't have any money. But you use things in your conversation to kind of get an idea of, does this person really have money? Do they really do these things? You kind of figure out. You're not only selling someone, but they're trying to sell you in the idea that they have what it is that you want. Right. And he had a really good way of doing that. It's next level.
It is next level cheating. It's next level cheating. Next level juggling girls. It's on a whole extreme level. And I always tell people, never fall. If anybody asks you for money, don't fall for it. I would have fallen for this one. You would have fallen for this one. We all would have given this guy money if we had partied with the guy around the world for months.
You say that, but you know just damn well the only money I give out to is record companies when I need another record, and that's just it, or my kid or my wife.
Yeah, I'm a little looser. I'm a little looser in that department.
I'm like, nah.
I'm a little looser.
If that ain't a quality pressing, I don't want it.
Yeah.
Sorry, ladies.
I'm more the Vegas Dave route. The party's there, I'm in.
Speaking of which, we will talk about some of these ladies next. Dark Side of the Stream, discussing the Tinder Swindler.
Tinder Swindler.
Tinder Swindler on 104.7 The Cave. 104.7 The Cave. Mike the Intern, Jay Stevens back in the studio for another segment of This Dark Side of the Stream, episode 76, discussing the Tinder, Swindler. I can't say it. Tinder Swindler.
Juggling girls to the extreme possibility.
So this guy, yeah.
Hundreds of thousands of dollars in scam.
Honestly, I think the moral of the story is if you feel like it's too good to be true.
Unless you're dating me, then it's all true. It's
spoken like a true Tinder swindler.
If it's me, I'm just that nice of a guy, angel boy. But you got the whole package.
Hey, man, but at least he's honest. And you know what? He was honest in saying that if you wanted the Jay Stevens Tinder experience, go see Machine Gun Symphony play.
That's
what you get.
That's
your date. That's your first date. And that's as far as it's going to go.
That's your first 5 dates, really.
Now, if he starts asking you for money, you're on your own there.
No, they're the ones shoving it in my pants. So.
Yeah, that's true.
They're paying me.
So funny.
And they're paying me. They're shoving money in my pants. That's the stupidest thing. You.
So
it's the stupidest thing.
We played a show with Machine Gun a couple weeks ago at Dog Days of the Lake, and we always have a blast when we go up there. They're super nice to us. It's a great venue. We love playing up there. It's so badass. Well, Jay, we get sound check, and then Jay goes and gets changed. We get changed and all our stuff. Jay comes back in, and you know how we call him his chip jar around his belt. And when you have a tip jar, you have a couple dollars. You put them in there, kind of start it off. It's the bait. Someone has done it first, and then everyone does it. It works. It really does.
It works 100%.
So Jay walks by the table. I didn't tell him this. I'm telling him this right now. It's so funny. So Jay walks by my group, the Grasshopper unit. We're sitting there kind of talking about the show. Jay's in his costume. He walks by with his girl, and he's got his $2. And then I go, oh, the nut bucks are already out. And then we make a joke, and he walks away. And I go, he's going to make more money in his belt than we are tonight as a cut. And they're like, what? And I'm like, dude, I'm not kidding you. And he's like, oh, yeah, I will. And I was like, they couldn't believe it. And I was like, dude, I've seen it. I've seen it.
They stuff it.
I've seen it. I've seen it. It's unbelievable. And I feel like I screwed up picking what I did, but you know what? There can only be one Jay Stevens. I'm not going to try and compete with that. So I guess I just will never have nut bucks. If people want to just keep giving me records, that'll be what I'll take.
Anytime I ever give anyone dollars or fives.
Yeah, don't ever take cash from Jay. Don't ever take
school
cash
fundraisers. Here you go. Here you go. Crusty, glittery fives. Here you go. We'll buy your cookies, Girl Scouts. Here you go.
We're here with them Girl Scout cookies. Would you like to buy some?
Circle of Life. Dude,
hold on 1 second.
Taco Bell on the ride home from the club. They're moist still. Here you go. I got it, boys.
Did you go swimming with your dollars, sir? No.
The glitter clogs the machine at the bank. The machine they run the ones through. They hate me because the glitter clogs their machine.
Oh God, dude. So bad. We're not even really talking about the Tinder Swindler, but you know what? It doesn't matter. It's a story about a bunch of girls that got screwed over by an even bigger douche, and then
claimed to be a rich guy.
And
it's a great documentary. And his hustle mainly was
it really is.
He would have a girl. He would scam her somehow he started with some cash to get this lifestyle of jets and parties. Then he would bring a girl in, and then, my cards aren't working. Can you sponsor? Send me $25,000. She would do that. She'd get a card in her name, and then this would bankroll the next girl. And then
it was a pyramid scheme.
It was a pyramid scheme of women.
Yeah, in a sense, it was.
Wow,
it was so smart.
It was so next level.
Crazy thing about this dude is that after all is said was done, all the scamming he did.
Getting caught.
They caught him. They sentenced him to 2 years of prison in Finland. But then it was I think 15 months in prison in Israel. He really
6 months.
It was like 5 months, right? He's still wanted in several countries for fraud. But the problem with prosecuting this guy is that they gave him the money.
Yeah, he didn't steal anything.
They gave it to him.
He asked for the money, and these girls gave him the money.
I don't know how you go against that.
Right.
But the crazy thing is they're actually planning, just like with the new Tiger King documentary that's now going to be a movie.
Oh, they're going to make one?
They're going to do, I think they're trying, Netflix is thinking about turning this into a movie too.
It's a good enough story. I know they did that with the Anna story, that Becoming Anna or whatever, the one about the Anna Sorkin, that is her name. She bluffed saying she was some rich girl too, and she bluffed her way to the top. And
It's
I don't think it's Sorkin, but
it's
Anna
crazy.
Sorkin.
It's just
This is a great story though. We're not in segment 4 yet though. I guess we can't rate it yet.
We'll talk about one more piece. I'm going to drop a bomb on you here in a second that you might not know of next when we give our reviews.
All over my face. The bomb.
It's Dark Side of the Stream on 104.7 The Cave. 104.7 The Cave, Mike the Intern, Jay Stevens back in the studio one more time discussing the Tinder Swindler.
Tinder Swindler.
Before, I keep saying it wrong. Tinder Swindler.
Yeah, the guy was an ultimate hustler.
Yeah.
I respect his game.
It's the last time I'm going to let Jay pick something that's hard to say because I screwed it up literally every single break.
It was a good one. It was a real good one.
It was. But before we give our rating, I wanted to drop a little nugget I just found because I was reading something.
Yeah.
After this got released on Netflix, 3 of the victims started a GoFundMe to help recoup some of the money that was scammed away from them.
I bet it's going good.
They started this the beginning of February. And as of us recording this and talking about this, they had raised over 100,000 pounds.
Ooh, pounds of what?
Money.
Weed?
Which pounds? In the UK, instead of the dollars, they use pounds. Which is a little bit more than $1.
Okay.
But
like
the goal is
$120,000.
the goal is $600,000. So what are we doing here? We're going to get scammed, and we're going to scam a bunch of other people out of their money to help us recoup what we got scammed
We need to
with?
set up a GoFundMe.
For us?
Okay, so we need to set. Here's what we need to do today. We need to set up a GoFundMe for us, for our show. And we also need to set up a Tinder account for me and a Grindr account for you. And we'll just see what views we get.
We'll make it a competition. We'll see how many swipes we get.
Yeah.
I might be able to sell Krista on that one. I might be able to say, hey, we're going to do a competition. Jay's going to do the Tinder, and I'll do the Grindr.
I can sell the girl on that. I can sell her on that idea.
You know what? We'll see.
Maybe. Hey, how about this?
We
set up the accounts, but we let the missuses run them.
They govern them, and then they
govern them. They can do the sweepers.
Right,
they govern them, and they can.
All right. Well, we'll think about it.
So things don't get out of hand. Because my problem with if I go to a party, if you want me to come out and party, we're partying. You're not coming out and we're okay. It's time to go home at 8:00. No, if you bring me out to party, I'm naked.
We're partying
at the end of the night. Partying. Yep. So that's my problem.
That's why I only invite Jada over to chill. Netflix and chill.
I get told that there's a line and you're not supposed to cross the line. My line is like a zigzag, and I tiptoe it.
It's hopscotch. Depending on what it's
hopscotch, and it's on a tilting surface.
In a circular motion that goes like this.
That's my defense.
You can't blame me because I'm just doing hopscotch, man.
It's
so funny. I would give this documentary 3.5 swipe rights.
3.5 swipe rights? I'm going to go 4.5. 4.5 swipe rights. It was an amazing story. Like if it was a movie, if it was a movie, you'd go, "There's no way that this is true."
They're definitely going to make a movie about it. For sure, they have to. It's a crazy story.
This is one of those ones. This is like Abducted in Plain Sight, where you have to watch it. You have to watch
have this level of like. I
know you don't like those kind of guys, but
those guys,
dude,
and those
this hustle
girls,
was tight. Whatever. This hustle was tight. We all would have fallen for this guy's hustle.
It's like I said, these girls, they're looking for something that they can't ever have, and so they're passing over all these guys that were probably super cool to them, but they didn't have a private jet, and they didn't have the money. It was like, then you get exactly what you deserve.
You do get you
get exactly what you deserve, and that's what I come back to, man.
It's like, that lifestyle.
There's so many lonely people in this world. It's like, dude, I don't really feel bad for you, and I'm definitely not going to donate to your GoFundMe. That's just not going to happen. I'm not. That's just not going to happen. I just can't for the life of me.
I'm going to laugh if this dude swipes right on your Grindr profile.
He finds me.
He says, "Hey, bro,
well, you know what's funny?
I'll pick you up in my private jet."
You know what's funny about that is that he did release a statement after this about
he's innocent.
Like, how he's
of course he's innocent.
I haven't got to tell my side of the story, and you don't know what my side of the story is.
Well, we know he's not the guy's son. We know he's not the diamond guy's son.
Yeah. But again, that's part of the craziness of this whole thing is that he had the foresight when he was a teenager to say, you know what, maybe one day I might need to fall back on this, and maybe I'll.
He's a hustler.
I'll do this,
and now he's still got a business. He's still got a side hustle business where he's real estate consulting or something.
I'm trying to figure out what the hell I want to watch about
a good hustler, man.
As far as documentaries go. Have you ever heard of Black Wall Street before?
No.
That's the one I want to pick. Then.
What is it?
Black Wall Street. The documentary's on HBO and Max. It's called Dreamland: The Burning of Black Wall Street.
All right, perfect.
I think it's an incredibly impactful story. It's a horrific story. It should be taught in schools, in my opinion. I didn't know a whole lot about it. I had heard about it. I definitely did a lot more research after I saw Watchmen on HBO, which actually has something to do. It's a fictional story, but it is part of the Black Wall Street thing that happened is based in then, and it is crazy. It's an insane. So you never heard of it? It's an hour and a half. It's on HBO Max.
What's it called?
Dreamland. The burning of Black Wall Street. It's going to blow your mind. You especially Dreamland. Since you're not from this part of the country. Yeah. It's something that happened in Oklahoma and Tulsa. They don't talk about it in Tulsa or Oklahoma at all.
Oh, man.
But it should be because it's horrific. Because if you have any Native American blood in you, you should be pissed off about what happened to your people and your people's land. And this kind of goes along with that. This country definitely is soiled in the way people made their money and got what they got, especially in certain parts of this country. And I love to stir the pot, Jay. This is Dark Side of the Stream reminding you
we watch movies
documentaries
so
you don't have to.